So, what really separates successful people from, well, everyone else? Is it just pure luck? Some kind of raw talent they were born with? Well, a researcher named Thomas Corley spent 5 whole years digging into the habits of wealthy people. And what he found is that the answer, it's not some big, complicated secret. It's actually hiding in plain sight, in their daily routine. So today, let's dive into this system he uncovered, something he calls rich habits.
All right, here's our game plan. First, we're going to unpack something called the habit gap, that annoying space between our goals and what we actually do. Then, we'll get into how to make your own luck. We'll break down the 10 core rich habits, I'll give you some real action steps you can take right away, and we'll wrap it all up with the magic of the compounding effect. Okay, let's kick things off with the habit gap. This is such a crucial place to start because it really gets to the heart of why our own daily routines can be the very things holding us back from what we say we want.
Does this feel familiar to you? You've got this huge goal, this vision that's crystal clear in your head, but your day-to-day grind just doesn't seem to be getting you any closer. It's a super common frustration. So, what's really causing this disconnect? This right here, this captures the core problem perfectly. See, most of us get stuck on the left side, in vague ambition mode. We're thinking things like, I just want to be more successful. But here's the thing, that's a wish, it's not a strategy. The real shift happens when you trade that hope for a daily system, a concrete, repeatable set of actions that pretty much ensures you're moving forward every single day. And that whole idea of a daily system, it leads us straight into our next big idea, making your own luck. And I'm not talking about lottery tickets. This is all about how disciplined habits can literally engineer opportunities that seem to come out of nowhere. Corley has a great name for this, opportunity luck. And honestly, it's a total game changer. This isn't random chance we're talking about. It's the kind of good luck that finds you because your daily habits put you in the right place at the right time with the exact skills you need to see an opening that almost everyone else is going to miss. So, how do you actually manufacture this so-called luck? Well, it's a pretty simple 3-part formula. First, you practice good habits consistently, day in, day out. Second, all that practice means you're prepared when an opportunity finally shows up. And third, because you're prepared, you have the confidence to jump on it without hesitating. See, the key insight here is you're not just getting lucky, you're getting ready. And being ready is all about having the right habits in place. Which brings us to the heart of this entire system, the 10 rich habits. Think of these as the daily operating manual for building success. We're going to break them down into 3 main buckets. So the first category is all about your internal world, your mindset and foundation. This isn't about just gritting your teeth and trying harder. It's about rewiring your brain. It includes what Corley calls rich thinking, which is basically using positive self-talk to build belief in yourself. The core idea, though, is to master your own mind and emotions so that you're in the driver's seat, not just a passenger along for the ride with your moods. And the stakes here are incredibly high. As Corley puts it, they understand that bad thoughts create bad decisions that result in bad consequences. It's a direct chain reaction, right? Your internal state literally creates your external results. So mastering your mind isn't just some feel-good exercise, it's the absolute foundational step to mastering your life. Okay, the second group of habits is all about action, execution, and growth. This is where the rubber meets the road. It means you have goals, not just for the year, but for this month and for today, so you always know what to do next. It means you make daily self-improvement a non-negotiable, like reading to stay ahead in your field, because that knowledge just compounds over time. And it's all powered by a do-it-now mindset, which is the ultimate weapon against procrastination. And finally, we've got the habits that manage your core assets and lifestyle. This is about taking care of the fundamentals that fuel everything else. That means treating your health like the critical asset it is, because hey, you can't be productive if you're not well. It means strategically building relationships that are meant to last a lifetime, because your network, that's your support system. And it means practicing moderation to avoid burnout and, of course, getting your finances in order. And when it comes to money, the system is super specific. The non-negotiable rule is this: you save 10% of your gross income every single paycheck. This isn't about saving whatever's left over at the end of the month. No way. It's the very first bill you pay, you set it up on autopilot, and you pay yourself first, period.
And let's not just gloss over relationships. They aren't just nice to have. They're a strategic asset. And successful people are really intentional about this. They actively work on their network, they always follow up, and they operate from a place of trying to add value to other people's lives first. Okay, so theory is great, but how do you actually get started? That's what this next section is all about. Your very first action steps. Let's turn all these insights into something you can actually do, like today. Your very first move is a simple habit audit. Grab a piece of paper. On the left side, list all your unproductive habits, the things that are actively working against your goals. Then, on the right, list the productive habits, the ones pushing you forward. You have to be brutally honest with yourself here. This little exercise gives you a clear, unfiltered snapshot of where you're at right now. Now, when it comes to building new habits, think of it like planting a habit garden. The secret here is something called habit stacking. You just link a new action you want to do with something you already do, a trigger. For instance, the trigger, I'm done with my workday, cues the action, write down my top 3 priorities for tomorrow. The outcome? You start the next day with total focus. Or your morning coffee trigger cues the action, read 10 pages. It's all about making these small, strategic links that create incredibly powerful routines. And if you can stick with these small habits, it leads us to our final and maybe the most powerful concept of all, the compounding effect. This is where the real magic happens. This is where you start to see the huge results from your tiny, daily bits of discipline.
Just forget about linear progress. Real change looks more like a curve that starts off really slow and then, boom, it just accelerates dramatically. This 90-day path is a perfect roadmap. You start small in that first week, just swapping out a few bad habits. Then you layer in planning and reading. And before you know it, by day 90, you've integrated habits for your health, your relationships, and your finances. Each new habit builds on the last one, creating this powerful, unstoppable momentum.
So, what's the one big thing to take away from all of this? It's a simple idea, but it's really profound. Your future is hiding in your routine. We're always looking for these big, dramatic moments of change, but real, lasting success is forged in the quiet, consistent, and what seem like insignificant choices we make every single day. So, I'll leave you with one last question to really think about. Looking at this whole system, what is the one single habit that, if you practiced it consistently for the next 90 days, would completely change the trajectory of your life? Don't try to do everything at once. Just pick that one thing, start today, and just watch what happens.